Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Fans say God is bringing Julie Chrisley back after recent interview. Todd and Julie Chrisley have been sharing their story with fans on social media following their recent presidential pardon. Fans themselves have also been reacting to these stories. In fact, some fans are even sharing stories of divine intervention concerning the couple. Todd and Julie Chrisley shared something they enjoyed in prison during a recent podcast episode. Todd and Julie of Chrisley Knows Best fame were convicted over a variety of charges in 2022, including bank fraud and tax evasion. Originally facing a sentence of 19 years behind bars, the two saw an early release thanks to a presidential pardon. Since then, the two have also been sharing their story with various outlets. This includes their podcast series, Chrisley Confessions 2.0. While promoting the podcast's third episode on Instagram, a recent post came with the caption, "Prison changes you, but it doesn't take away who you are. We still felt like parents and people with love to give. There's so much folks on the outside don't see or think about, and it's not always what you expect." In an accompanying clip, Todd was asked about something he enjoyed while in prison. He shared, "I think after my realization of why I was there, I enjoyed the camaraderie." Some fans even shared their own experiences with the prison system in the comments. Julie shared that she loved being with the younger girls, where I could still feel like I was mothering. The two agreed that these things made them feel like they were still a parent. Taking to the comments, many fans shared that they felt Todd and Julie's imprisonment was for some greater good. On social media, one fan wrote, "Maybe this happened to Todd and Julie so they could be a voice for the broken system. I love that they have come out and they are talking about camaraderie, friendships, helping, mentoring." A few other fans shared similar sentiments in the comments. Some even highlighted that this was part of God's plan for the couple. Others were empathetic, even sharing their own experiences with the prison system. Some comments included, "Julie Chrisley's recent sit-down interview has sparked something deeper than just headlines. It has ignited a wave of spiritual conversation among devoted fans who believe her return to the spotlight is nothing short of divine intervention. For many, her calm, graceful presence and raw reflections were more than just a media moment. It was a testimony, a quiet but powerful whisper from heaven. I'm not done with her yet." In the weeks leading up to the interview, speculation brewed. Rumors of her declining health, emotional breakdowns, and an uncertain future had cast shadows over her journey. But when Julie stepped into the frame, thinner, yes, a bit more weathered, but radiating a deeper strength, fans saw something else. Something sacred. It wasn't about reality TV. It wasn't about scandal. It was about redemption. And perhaps, resurrection. "I don't know what I thought this interview would be," one fan wrote on social media, "but God was in that room with her. You could feel it. She's walking through fire, but she's not being burned." Julie didn't speak with drama. She didn't lean on sensationalism or bitterness. Her words, while few, were intentional and steeped in reflection. "I had to learn," she said quietly, "that when you've lost control of everything, sometimes that's when God finally takes the wheel." It was that simple line that seemed to spark the flood. Thousands flooded the comment sections and forums. Hashtags like #JulieTestimony and #GodsMapDone began trending among Chrisley fans and spiritual communities alike. "God is restoring her," another commenter declared. "You can see it in her eyes. She went through the valley. She's still in it." Julie's story has always had layers. For years, fans knew her as the picture-perfect Southern matriarch on Chrisley Knows Best, organized, elegant, and often the calming voice amid Todd's more flamboyant personality. But prison humbled her in ways no one could have prepared her for. Stripped of luxury, reputation, and routine, she met a version of herself she never expected. And by her own account, she met God again. "I thought I knew what faith was," she shared, her voice breaking only slightly. But it wasn't until I was left alone in a cell with nothing but silence that I realized I'd been living on borrowed strength. Now, I wake up and ask for new strength each morning, because mine ran out a long time ago. To fans, that was the moment, the pivot. The place where Julie stopped being a former reality TV star and became a woman walking a holy path. "I saw a light in her that couldn't be manufactured," said Darlene, a longtime fan from Alabama. "That's not makeup. That's not PR. That's deliverance." Even Julie's critics, those who had once judged her harshly for her legal battles, seemed to soften. There was something undeniable in her vulnerability. She wasn't trying to regain fame. She wasn't angling for a comeback. She was simply standing in her truth, telling the world, "I'm still here, and I'm trying to do better." And maybe that's why so many feel this isn't just a return to public life, it's a spiritual comeback. She's being prepared for something bigger, one fan wrote in a now viral TikTok video with over 3 million views. This isn't the end of the Julie story. This is her second act, and I believe God is writing it. Faith leaders even weighed in. Pastor Marcus Hill from Atlanta referenced her interview in his Sunday sermon, calling Julie's endurance a living parable. "We watch celebrities fall all the time," he said, "but when someone falls and then lets God lift them up, that's a testimony the world needs." Julie Chrisley isn't just surviving prison. She's surviving the shame. And shame is far worse than confinement. Todd, her husband, also made a quiet appearance in the post-interview conversation. Though he remains in prison, sources close to the family say he's been deeply moved by Julie's spiritual transformation. He told me, Savannah Chrisley shared on her podcast, that he's never heard Julie talk about God the way she does now. He said it's like she's speaking straight from heaven. Savannah herself, who has been carrying the family mantle on the outside, echoed fans' sentiments. "I think Mom's being used, like used by God in a way we didn't expect. Her pain, her process, it's going to help people." Indeed, Julie's experience has already begun to resonate in recovery groups, women's ministry circles, and prison outreach programs. Her quiet courage is becoming a lighthouse for others in their own storms. Emails and letters have poured in, strangers thanking her for her honesty, for showing that broken doesn't mean beyond repair. One letter read, "Julie, I watched you for years and never thought I'd relate to you. But when you said God found you in the dark, I cried. Because He found me too. Thank you for reminding me He doesn't forget about people like us." It's unclear what Julie's next steps are, whether she returns to television or retreats further into a private life of healing remains to be seen. But for her fans, the message is already clear. Julie Chrisley is not gone. She's not finished. She's being rebuilt by something greater than fame, by something deeper than success. And if her story tells us anything, it's that even in the darkest chapters, God is still writing. For now, fans will keep watching and praying. Not for another show or another headline, but for the slow, steady miracle they believe is already unfolding.